Alright, in this video we're going to talk about a 2 by 2 system of equations. In other words, instead of calling it a 2 by 2 system, you might say this is a system of equations with two unknowns, an x and a y usually. Two equations, two unknowns. You may have done this before in earlier algebra courses, but the easiest way to solve a system of 2 by 2, two equations, two unknowns, is with what we call the elimination method. So that's the method I'm going to show you in this example. You could graph the two equations in the coordinate plane and then find where those two lines would actually intersect. That's one way of solving this system of equations. Or there is another method called the substitution method, where you can solve for one specific variable and then use that to plug into the other equation and solve. But this seems to be the most handy way that I'm going to show you with elimination. What you need to look at is to see what can you multiply an equation or both equations by in order to get some variable to drop out. Well, in this problem, it looks like I could easily get the x's to drop out if I multiply the top equation by -2. So that's what I'm going to do. Multiply the top equation by -2, so that would give me -4x plus 2y equal to -18. If I put that equation then with this equation, well, we have a problem. All the variables drop out, so I'm left with 0 equal to -7, which we know is a false statement. So what we can say is that this system of equations is inconsistent and it has no solution. It's an inconsistent system, has no solution. And the reason is, if you look at this, your ratio to x to y is the same in both equations. Those would be parallel lines. Parallel lines would never intersect each other. So this is an inconsistent system with no solution. Here's an application of a 2 by 2 system of equations that we could use to solve a real life application problem. It says the sum of two numbers is 47. The difference between the numbers is 1. Find the two numbers. So if I just say my system of equations, I'll call one number x and one number y. So x plus y, the sum, adding them together, equals 47. And then the other part of the sentence says the difference between the numbers is 1. So x minus y, we know the difference is the subtraction. X minus y equals 1. So then lining the system up, as you can tell, I could just go ahead and drop the y's out. So 2x would equal 48. 47 plus 1 is 48. Divide by 2. So x would actually be 24. So how could we find the y value? Well, you could go up and substitute in to one of your original equations. In this case, 24 plus y equals 47. So if I subtract 24 from both sides, y would equal 23. And those two numbers do make both systems true. 24 plus 23 is 47. 24 minus 23 is 1. So the ordered pair solution for this xy would be 24, 23. Let's try one more application with a system of two equations and two unknowns. At the Burger Ranch, 6 goats and 5 sheep sell for $305, while 2 goats and 9 sheep sell for $285. Find the cost of a single goat and of a single sheep. So we're going to call x the cost of a goat, and y the cost of a sheep. Okay? So it says 6 goats and 5 sheep. So we're going to put those together. So 5y, the sale for those is $305. while 2 goats and 9 sheep is 285. So I have a system of 2 equations with 2 unknowns. Now, to be able to solve this system, I need to try to get a variable to drop out. So what I see to do is I'm going to multiply the second equation here by -3. That way I can get a -6 and get the x's to drop out. So let's see if that works. If I multiply by -3, that will give me, okay, I'm going to write the first one down as is, 6x plus 5y equal to 305. And then in my second equation, if I multiply through by -3, that's -6x minus 27y equal to 285 times -3, -855. So the x's drop out. I'm left with -22y equal to, if I do the subtraction here, 305 minus 855, -550 divided by -22. So y is equal to 550 divided by -22, 25. So that means that a sheep is $25. A single sheep is 25. So how can I find the price of a goat? Well, we're going to go back to one of our original equations. So we switch colors here. How about we say 6x plus 5 times 25 equal to 305. 6x plus 125 equal to 305. Subtract 125 from both sides. 305 minus 125 is 180. If I divide both sides by 6, I get 30. So the cost of a goat is $30. So let's go back into our, to make our sentence, make our answer a statement here. The cost of a goat is $30.